Chelsea Football Club, one of the most iconic and successful football clubs in the world. A storied history that spans over a century, from its inception in 1905 to its modern-day triumphs. Chelsea's journey is filled with incredible highs, dramatic lows, and unforgettable moments.
Early years and foundation. Chelsea Football Club was founded on March 10, 1905, at the Rising Sun Pub, now known as the Butcher's Hook, located opposite the main entrance to Stamford Bridge on Fulham Road. The club was formed by Gus Mears, an ambitious businessman who had acquired the Stamford Bridge Athletics Stadium with the intention of turning it into a football ground. When his offer to lease the stadium to Fulham FC was rejected, Mears decided to start his own club, and Chelsea FC was born.
In their early years, Chelsea quickly established themselves as a team to watch. They were elected to the Football League Second Division and achieved promotion to the First Division in their second season, thanks to a strong squad that included players like goalkeeper William Fatty Full, a former England international known for his impressive size and skill. The club's first taste of significant success came in 1915 when they reached the FA Cup final, although defeated by Sheffield United. Despite this setback, Chelsea's popularity continued to grow, and they became known for their large crowds and entertaining style of play.
The outbreak of World War II brought a temporary halt to competitive football in England. During the war years, Chelsea participated in various regional competitions, and Stamford Bridge was used as a venue for wartime football matches. It was also during this period that the club hosted Dynamo Moscow in a friendly match that attracted an estimated crowd of over 100,000 spectators, highlighting the enduring appeal of the Blues.
Post-war era and domestic success. The 1950s marked the beginning of a new era for the club. In 1952, Chelsea appointed Ted Drake as manager, a former Arsenal and England striker. Drake implemented several changes to modernise the club. He focused on youth development and recruitment, which began to pay off.
Chelsea's first major trophy came in the 1954-55 season when they won the First Division title. Under Drake's guidance, the Blues secured the championship by a narrow margin, finishing 4 points ahead of Wolverhampton Wanderers. This triumph marked Chelsea's arrival as a force in English football and set a precedent for future success.
The 1960s were a period of consolidation and near misses. Chelsea developed a reputation for entertaining football, with a squad featuring talented players like Peter Bonetti, Ron Harris, and Bobby Tambling. Despite their attractive style of play, major silverware proved elusive. One of the highlights of this era was the club's success in the Intercities Fairs Cup, a precursor to the UEFA Cup.
In 1970, Chelsea defeated Leeds United in a dramatic replay at Old Trafford to win the FA Cup, marking a significant milestone in the club's history. This victory was followed by success in the European Cup Winners' Cup in 1971, where they triumphed over Real Madrid. The 1970s started brightly for Chelsea. However, this period soon turned challenging due to various factors, including financial difficulties, internal conflicts, and fluctuating performances on the pitch. One of the most significant issues was the costly redevelopment of Stamford Bridge. The ambitious project aimed to transform the stadium into a modern, all-seater venue, but it quickly ran into financial problems. The mounting costs of construction put a severe strain on the club's finances, limiting their ability to invest in the squad.
The club experienced a decline in form, culminating in relegation to the Second Division in 1975. Despite the efforts of managers such as Dave Sexton and Eddie McCready, the team found it challenging to consistently compete at the highest level. Key players from the successful early 70s team, such as Peter Osgood and Peter Bonetti, eventually moved on. The late 70s and early 80s were marked by instability, both on and off the pitch. The club underwent several managerial changes, with the likes of Jeff Hurst, Danny Blanchflower, and John Neal. Each brought their own ideas and tactics, but sustained success remained elusive. Financial woes continued to plague the club, and there were even fears of bankruptcy at one point.
A turning point came in the early 1980s when Ken Bates purchased the club for a symbolic £1. Bates' arrival marked the beginning of a new era of stability and rebuilding. Under John Neal's management, Chelsea began to turn their fortunes around. Neal's shrewd signings, including players like Kerry Dixon, Pat Nevin, and David Speedy, helped the club gain promotion back to the First Division in 1984.
The mid to late 80s saw Chelsea re-establish themselves as a competitive force in English football. The team achieved respectable league finishes and reached the full Members' Cup final in 1986. Despite these improvements, the club was unable to secure major silverware, and the late 80s brought further challenges with another relegation in 1988.
Rise to prominence. The 1990s were a transformative period for Chelsea. The decade began with Chelsea stabilising their position in the First Division under manager Ian Porterfield. It wasn't until the appointment of Glenn Hoddle as player-manager in 1993 that Chelsea began to make significant strides. Hoddle brought a new tactical approach and a fresh vision to the club. Under his guidance, Chelsea reached the FA Cup final in '94. Despite losing, the final marked Chelsea's return to the forefront of English football.
The turning point came in '96 with the arrival of Dutch legend Ruud Gullit, who took over as player-manager from Hoddle. Gullit's tenure saw Chelsea adopt a more continental style of play, attracting high-profile international stars such as Zola, Vialli, and Roberto Di Matteo. This new era of glamour and attacking football quickly paid off. In 1997, Chelsea won their first major trophy in 26 years, lifting the FA Cup. This victory was followed by more silverware, including the League Cup and the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup in '98. Vialli, who succeeded Gullit as manager, led the team to these triumphs and continued to build on the club's newfound success.
The early 2000s saw Chelsea continue their upward trajectory. Under Vialli and later Claudio Ranieri, the club secured consistent top-four finishes in the Premier League and made significant progress in European competitions. Notable players like Frank Lampard, John Terry, and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank became central figures in the team. The rise to prominence culminated in 2003 when Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich purchased the club. Abramovich's takeover marked the beginning of a new era of financial investment and ambition.
One of Abramovich's first major moves was appointing Jose Mourinho as manager. Mourinho, known for his tactical acumen and charismatic personality, led Chelsea to back-to-back Premier League titles in 2005 and 6. Under his leadership, Chelsea also won the FA Cup and 2 League Cups, establishing the club as a dominant force. The success continued with various managers, including Carlo Ancelotti, who guided Chelsea to a Premier League and FA Cup double in 2010. The club's crowning achievement came in 2012 when Roberto Di Matteo led Chelsea to their first UEFA Champions League title.
In the following years, Chelsea continued to win major trophies, including another Premier League title under Antonio Conte in 2017 and the Europa League under Maurizio Sarri in 2019. In 2021, Chelsea achieved another milestone by winning their second UEFA Champions League title. Today, Chelsea FC is recognized globally as one of the top football clubs, known for their winning mentality, star-studded squad, and passionate fan base. The modern era of success and global recognition sets the stage for an exciting future for the Blues.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of Chelsea Football Club. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video and subscribe to our channel for more content on your favorite football clubs and their histories.